Hello everyone. Today, we will discuss the float property. The float property is used for positioning and formatting content. It is commonly used to wrap elements around images. In HTML we have 2 images and 1 paragraph elements. I think it would look nicer if the text went around these images. To do that, I can use the float property on the element I want. When we set elements to float, they are taken out of the regular flow of the document, and other elements will wrap around them. If we float images to the left, they will align towards the top left corner. The image float to the left in the paragraph, and the text in the paragraph wrap around the image, giving the impression of reading from left to right. On the other hand, if we float them to the right, the reading direction will be from right to left. Let me give you another example. Images are considered inline elements. Let's try another example with block-level elements. We will create 4 boxes. Let's take 4 div tags and give them the class container. To style the boxes, we can select the class using a dot followed by the class name. The boxes will have a width of 150 pixels and height of 150 pixels. Now, go to HTML file and insert the text box within each div element. We'll add a border of 2 pixels with a solid line and to center the text inside the box, we will use Text Align Center. Set the font size to 35 pixels for easy reading. And we'll choose a background color like green-yellow. Divs are big blocks that take up the entire width of our screen. Let's resize the boxes by adjusting their width and height to 80 pixels. If we use the float property on our container class, it will make the divs move around and other elements will adjust accordingly. They will float and wrap around from left to right and top to bottom, depending on the direction we choose to float them. Use right to float them right. If you want to stop things from floating, you can use the clear property. Select P element. If we're floating to the right, we can set the clear property to right. And if we're floating to the left, we can set it to left. Alternatively, you can set it to both. So, to sum up, the float property positions an element on the left or right side of a container, and it's often used to wrap things around images. If you need to stop the floating effect, you can use the clear property, as demonstrated here. That's the float property. If you have found this video to be helpful, you can show your support by giving it a thumbs up, leaving comments down below, and subscribing to join our community.